Hey guys, welcome back to another video, the Weekly Sewey episode 4. It's a bit late because I've been really busy with my schedule, Sewey gaming, all that stuff. So yeah, let's get into this. We start with the Premier League where Foden absolutely carried City and stepped up for once against Brentford, but yet again our defense let us down, conceding 2 goals in just 10 minutes. Carlos Soler and Thomas Suchek gave West Ham a 2-goal cushion over Fulham. Alex Iwobi pulled one back, but Lucas Paqueta made it 3-1. Iwobi got another consolation after that as it ended 3-2. Cole Palmer gave Chelsea the lead yet again, but then Justin Kluivert scored a penalty and Antoine Semenyo gave them the lead, but Reece James came back from injury finally and scored the equalizer to scrape a point. Chris Wood kept up his amazing forward scoring at home for Forest against Liverpool, but Arne Slot made one of the best substitutions as he brought on Diogo Jota, who scored just seconds after coming on. In the Bundesliga, Holstein Kiel somehow finding themselves 3-0 up at halftime. Gio Reyna and Jamie Bino Giddens for Dortmund inspired a comeback before Lewis Holtby got a red card, and Pieter Arp made sure there would be no comeback with another goal. Alex Grimaldo secured an important win for Leverkusen over Mainz. Frankfurt destroyed Freiburg 4-1, which really put a dent on Freiburg's chances for European football. Wolfsburg did even better against Mönchengladbach, however, which sees them tied with Freiburg in the race for European football. In the Serie A, AC Milan somehow fell behind to Como and needed Theo Hernandez and Rafael Leao to inspire a comeback for Milan. Kalulu gave Juventus the lead, but they drew yet again after Retegui scraped a point for Atalanta. The Coupe de France continued with Reims against Monaco, and Reims took a shock lead, but Salisu leveled the scores for Monaco, and eventually it would go to penalties, and everyone except Briambolo for Monaco somehow missed their penalties, and Umar Diakite sent Reims to the next round and caused an upset against Monaco. Marseille and Lille played, and Lille took the lead midway through the second half, but a last-minute equalizer took the game to penalties, but unfortunately they couldn't hold off Lille on penalties as John Rowe missed his and Lille were through. In the Kane v Becker, AZ got an upset against Ajax with a convincing 2-0 display. On Wednesday, Oli Watkins finally scored to give Aston Villa a 1-0 win over Everton. Jean-Philippe Mateta and Marc Guéhi, two of Crystal Palace's best players this season, helped them for a 2-0 win over Leicester City to steer clear away from the relegation zone and go in 12th. Alexander Isak popped off against Wolves with 2 goals and 1 assist in a 3-0 win. The North London derby was after, and Son somehow gave Spurs the lead, but Solanke scored an own goal and Trossard scored the winner just 4 minutes later. Over in the Bundesliga, St. Pauli somehow lost to last place Bochum thanks to a single goal by Philipp Hoffmann. Union Berlin's subpar form continues, losing to Augsburg with Alexis Claude Maurice having an absolute masterclass, scoring 2 goals. Bayern destroyed Hoffenheim 5-0, and now for what is the game of the video, Werder Bremen against Hoffenheim. Marco Grohl scored in the first minute, however that would be cancelled out in the 30th minute by Jen Schopner. Marvin Dutch gave Werder Bremen the lead back, but that was cancelled out again just 5 minutes later by Luka Kerber. Marco Grohl got the lead back again for Bremen, but then Heidenheim equalized again in the dying minutes to salvage a huge point for the relegation fight. Benjamin Šeško gave Leipzig the lead over Stuttgart, but then they bottled and conceded 2 goals in 10 minutes. More drama laid on, however, as both Šeško and Openda got sent off with a second yellow. In Italy, Bologna got a shock lead over title contenders Inter, but Denzel Dumfries and Lautaro Martinez helped them come back before halftime, only to concede in the second half to Emile Holm. Back in the Coupe de France again, and Abdallah Sima and Brendan Chardonnay helped Brest win 2-1 over Nantes. Rennes somehow lost to second division side Troyes, with Rafiki Saad Ahamada scoring the only goal for the upset. Rangers destroyed Aberdeen 3-0 in the Scottish Premiership, and in the Copa del Rey, all the favorites went through, including Barcelona, who destroyed Real Betis 5-1. In the Greek Super Cup, there was a clash between Giants Panathinaikos and Olympiakos, which ended in a 1-1 draw. After Filip Jurisic gave Panathinaikos the lead, but Roman Yaremchuk, who actually plays for Olympiakos, now leveled the scores. In the Belgian Cup, Genk got off to a good start, but Club Brugge came from behind to win 2-1 and advanced to the quarterfinals. On Thursday, Karu Mitoma and Jorginho Rudder helped Brighton to a 2-0 win against Ipswich Town. Man United somehow conceded to Southampton and then got the biggest carry I have ever seen, with Amad Diallo scoring a hat-trick and saving United from embarrassment later on. Orioles and Budimir gave Osasuna a surprising lead over Athletic Bilbao in the Copa del Rey. Nico Williams and Oscar De Marcos would bring the game back level, but Budimir scored a second and the winner to help Osasuna go through to the quarterfinal. Mikel Oyarzabal got an early goal and assist against Rayo Vallecano before they earned a penalty to pull him back, but former Man City player Sergio Gomez made sure of the win in the 74th minute. Mbappe and Vinny Jr. gave Real Madrid the lead over Celta Vigo, but they somehow choked in the last minute, with sub Jonathan Bamba pulling one back and Marcos Alonso scoring a penalty. However, extra time would be all Madrid, as Endrick got subbed on and scored 2 goals, with Valverde getting 1 as well. Anderlecht barely beat Royal Antwerp in the Belgian Cup thanks to Tristan de Grief. On Friday, the 2 relegation teams battled it out and Espanyol got the advantage over Real Valladolid, but Javi Sanchez leveled the scores to keep them in the match. However, Roberto Fernandez scored the winner to get a must-needed win for their bid to survive. In League 1, Tilo Kehrer gave Monaco the lead, but Jordanian Musa Al Tamari showed up and scored a brace to get a must-needed win for Montpellier if they want to even get close to survival. Nice, like Monaco, took the lead but conceded twice to Hakan Haraldson and Bafore Diakite. Hugo Ekitike and Oscar Hoyland helped Frankfurt get a surprise 2-0 win over Dortmund. Roma continued being good under Claudio Ranieri, as Dovbit gave them the lead over Genoa, but Massini equalized until El Shaarawy scored and Nicola Lely put the ball into his own net for a 3-1 win. In the Iranian Super Cup, Sefahan beat favorites Persepolis 1-0 to lift the trophy. On Saturday, Justin Kluivert called upon his dad's footballing abilities, scored a hat-trick against Newcastle to help Bournemouth win 4-1. Darwin Nunez came on for Liverpool and scored 2 last-minute goals against Brentford to help them get another crucial win in the title race. Emile Smith-Rowe and Adama Traore scored against Wolves to give Fulham a needed win in the race for European football. Jean-Philippe Mateta had another wonderful display for Crystal Palace against West Ham, with 2 goals, one right after the second half and another late on from a penalty. Arsenal played Aston Villa and Gabriel Martinelli actually showed up and gave them the lead, with Kai Havertz doubling it. Then Arsenal did what Arsenal do best and bottled. First, Yuri Tielemans scored, and then Oli Watkins terrorized Arsenal yet again with another goal against them to earn a point. Sevilla's scandalous form continued in La Liga after they missed a penalty and went down to Girona, but Saul Niguez would soon equalize before Dodi Luca Bacchio would give Sevilla all 3 points and give them actual hope for the season, as now they are 4 points behind Villarreal, who are in a European spot. Matija Nastasic and Leganes shocked Atletico Madrid with a narrow 1-0 win thanks to his goal. Real Betis continued being bad as they conceded a penalty to Deportivo Alaves, which was converted by Keki. Jesus Rodriguez wouldn't have any of it with his equalizer, but his team let him down, with Romain Barod getting a red card, and Keki would end up scoring 2 more and completing his hat-trick. Jules Koundé gave Barca the lead, but it wouldn't last long, with Mauro Arambari earning Getafe a point. PSG surprisingly fell down for once in the Farmers League to Lens, but Bradley Barcola helped PSG come back, assisting the equalizer and scoring the winner. Brest are still keeping their wins narrow, with Hugo Magnetti and Ludovic Ayorke scoring before Rennes pulled one back. Lyon and Toulouse, however, wouldn't be as interesting, with a dull 0-0 draw. In the Bundesliga, St. Pauli actually won for once against Heidenheim after scoring a penalty and a late goal to go 3 points clear of them and the relegation zone. Bayern got off to a great start against Wolfsburg, with Leon Goretzka giving them the lead before Mohamed Amoura leveled the scores. Olise, however, would secure Bayern's win with a goal and providing an assist to Goretzka's second. Mohamed Amoura did score a late consolation in injury time, but it wouldn't matter as Bayern still came out on top. Adam Jolsche scored a brace against Holstein Kiel, and that coupled with Andre Krameric's goal helped Hoffenheim win 3-1. That was an important win to escape relegation. Freiburg continued choking with a 4-0 demolition by Stuttgart, which sees them in 8th, just 1 point away from European football. Willi Orban gave Leipzig the lead over last place Bochum, and Antonio Nusa doubled it with Christoph Baumgartner adding a third, but like Arsenal, Leipzig choked, conceding a hat-trick to Myron Boadu. Florian Wirtz scored 2 goals and got an assist against Mönchengladbach to get another important win for the title race. Monza shocked Bologna early on to concede 3 goals to Ricardo Castro, Jens Odegaard, and Riccardo Orsolini. Believe it or not, Juventus actually didn't draw, they won for once. Sure, it was against a below-average Milan side, but still with Samuel Imbangula and Timothy Weah bagging the goals, it was a pretty good win. Next was a crucial title race match between Atalanta and Napoli. Atalanta got the upper hand with Matteo Retegui finding the back of the net. Deo Politano and McSauce gave Napoli the lead. However, Adamola Lookman would come in clutch to level the scores. Lukaku, though, actually became useful for once as he scored the winner to get Napoli 3 points clear of Inter at the top of the table. Over in the Netherlands, Utrecht and AZ couldn't be separated with the score ending 0-0. On Sunday, Everton somehow found themselves 3-0 up against Spurs by halftime, thanks to Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Iliman Ndiaye, and an own goal by Archie Gray. Spurs would eventually lock in late in the match in the second half with Dejan Kulusevski and Richarlison pulling 2 goals back, but it wasn't enough as their incompetence in defense in the first half meant a loss to Everton. And this now sees Everton 4 points clear from the drop. Manchester United continue being humiliated, this time against Brighton as per usual, after Yankuba Minte got them the lead. Bruno Fernandes scored a penalty to the level to 1 apiece, but for some reason Taru Mitoma is turning on God mode again as he scored to give Brighton the lead, with Jorginho Rutter putting the icing on the cake. Nottingham Forest, just like Everton, have found themselves 3-0 up at halftime with Elliot Anderson, Callum Hudson-Odoi, and Chris Wood scoring before, just like Everton, they started choking against last place Southampton. Ian Bednarik and Paul Onuachu scoring consolations, but just like Spurs, Southampton couldn't make anything out of that and are still rock bottom. Man City, after bottling to Brentford, proceeded to destroy Ipswich 6-0. However, in La Liga, Alex Berenguer and Danny Vivian helped Athletic Bilbao to a 2-1 win over Celta Vigo. Mbappe got a brace in Real Madrid's 4-1 win over Las Palmas, which, coupled with Atletico and Barca's choking, sees them top of La Liga. Rayo Vallecano got the lead over Osasuna, but Raul gave Osasuna a point as they shared the spoils. Valencia, ever since I talked trash, have played significantly better. They barely lost to Madrid, and now they beat Real Sociedad thanks to Hugo Duro. This now means Valencia are only 4 points away from St. Nantes had the advantage early on over St. Etienne with Moses Simon scoring, but then they choked very late on to an Augustin Bogaye goal. Ever since I started the series also, Angers have been unbeaten, and they kept that up against Auxerre with an own goal, and Esteban Nepal scoring yet again for Angers. Reims got the lead against fellow relegation candidates Le Havre, but they bottled midway through the second half, conceding to Aruna Sangante. Strasbourg somehow took the lead against Marseille, but in the second half, Mason Greenwood got a penalty and scored just like how he got a penalty for what he did. If you know, you know. Over in the Bundesliga, we had Benedikt Haller back, giving Union Berlin the lead in the first minute, but just 4 minutes later, Nadia Omiri scored a penalty to level the scores for Mainz. Mainz, though, conceded a penalty themselves with Robert Stav converting it. It seems like no team wants European football because, just like Mainz, Werder Bremen lost to Augsburg thanks to Samuel Ascende cooking with the brace. Moise Kean gave Fiorentina the lead, but they choked it yet again, conceding to Davidas Giannaitis despite having a one-man advantage for most of the match. For some reason, the opposite of Angers ever since I started this series, Fiorentina have fallen apart. A draw to Torino 1-1, that's really bad. Cagliari destroyed Lecce 4-1, which now sees them in 13th, just 2 points away from the relegation zone. Venezia scored a penalty, but so did Parma to equalize as it ended 1-1. Lazio got a 3-0 win over Hellas Verona to stay in the top 4, with unbeaten Juventus closing in 2 points behind. Inter Milan got a comfortable 3-1 win over Empoli, which means they are only 3 points behind first place Napoli. Also, it's time to explain the elephant in the room, the point gap in the relegation battle. Sure, Monza and Venezia are behind the rest, but from 18th with Hellas Verona to 13th with Cagliari, there's just a 2-point gap, which means any of these teams could get relegated. On Monday, Chelsea scored in the 24th minute thanks to Tosin Arara Biolio. Mattorini equalized late in the first half, but Cucurella and Nardi Madueke both scored in 5 minutes to help Chelsea get back on track after their god-awful start to 2025. Villarreal put 4 past Mallorca in a crucial clash for European football to go 3 points ahead of them in the table. Como as well put 4 past Udinese to go 3 points clear of the drop. Anyways, make sure to like and subscribe, all that good stuff. I would really appreciate that, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.